What's up, guys? This is my Raststone Patch .dk build. It's going to, well, it works well in all PvP related situations. I'm talking about duels, solo, 1vx, group vx, open field. If you want to go hump a tree somewhere around King's Crest or something, it doesn't matter. Like, you can play this build anywhere in PvP area. No CP, CP, it doesn't matter. We'll get into why it works well in no CP or CP in a minute. The sets, this is bullshit. These sets are bullshit. So anyways, let's get into this. You're not gonna have the most impressive stat sheet, but trust me, this build works. So you're gonna have a slime crawl. You're gonna be running a heavy helmet and shoulder. Your helmet is going to be triglyph, and your shoulder is going to be stab glyph. By the way, everything for this build is in pin. You need it on a DK. You need it. You want to be tanky to crits. It's very important. You're going to be running Deadly Strike for your jewelry, infused weapon damage, all three pieces. You'll have plenty of sustain. You're on a DK. If you have issues sustaining, let's fucking get good. Or something, scrub, Jesus Christ. Anyways, Deadly Strike. Dual wield swords on your front bar. Your left hand needs to be sharpened, and your right hand needs to be Nirnhoned. It's very important your right hand is Nirnhoned. And then you're going to be running double dot poisons. Your back bar is your 2H Battle Axe. It's going to be charged. You're taking advantage of the Battle Axe having a higher chance to proc the bleed, and the fact that it does more bleed damage than the dual wield bleeds. Plus, when you swap weapons to the dual swords, I think it's like 6% increased damage now is going to give you more damage for that bleed. And then you're going to be running a weapon damage clef on that. Your last set is Naga Shaman. Again, all in pin. Heavy chest, light waist. My bad. Heavy chest with the triglyph, light waist with a stam glyph, medium gloves with the stam glyph, heavy legs with the triglyph, and heavy feet with the stam glyph. Now, I can't remember if gloves or feet are the smaller, but I know the waist is the smallest, so you're gonna want that in light, and then either your feet or your gloves are the second smallest. Whichever one is the smallest, or if they're the same, it doesn't matter. But if one is smaller than the other, you're gonna want to make that one your medium armor piece, which are running 5-on-1 for the Undaunted passives. That shit's OP. So let's look into the sets and why I'm using them. Percent base damage, guys. This stuff is something you just cannot pass up. It's so fucking good. Anyways, so you're getting 833 weapon and spell crit from this. That's 3.8% roughly. That's really nice. Then you're getting minor berserk at all times, which is 8% damage. 8% extra damage you do. That's fucking stupid. That equates to about 5,280 penetration. That's a major fracture that cannot be undone. That's something they can't mitigate through like an armor buff. They have to have a buff like major protection or minor protection, right? Or they have to be smart with their CP and know what the fuck they're doing there to mitigate this type of stuff. Then you're looking at Deadly Strike. This is your other set. Your weapon damage, your crit, again, another 3.8%. Then you're getting 129 weapon damage. 5-piece. Jesus Christ. 14% extra damage for all stam-based dots. So that's bleeds, poisons, disease. Literally all the damage over time, right? That is stamina based, scales off of the mighty CP tree, gets buffed by this set by 14%, which is 9,240 penetration if you want to convert that over to penetration. Combine these two sets together, you're getting 14,520 of percent based damage turned into physical penetration. That's really dumb. That is dumb. That's a lot. That's without putting CP in. That's without your sharpen trait from your one of your dual swords. That's really dumb. Naga Shaman. this build, AIDS. It's AIDS. This build is AIDS because of this set. This is like 7th Legion before it was nerfed with the healing it's given you. It's ridiculous. So you're getting 4% healing taken, 2% healing done, 1096 max magic, and then you're getting minor mending and minor vitality for 6 seconds after casting a damage shield. This is broken. I have a feeling like this might get changed. If not, wow, congratulations, Sauce, you're fucking retarded. We'll get in the skills we're using to proc this and whatnot. So let's go ahead, go over to that. So you're 2H, right? Forward momentum. It's a heal and it's your mobility. You need mobility on a DK, otherwise you will die. Cleave, it's going to be there for your ultigen, mostly, and a dot. I'm not too sure. I think the damage is getting changed on this, but yeah, really good. It's a bleed, so it cuts through physical resistance. So keep that in mind when applying your dots in order of importance. Hardened Armor. This is your major resolve and major ward buff. It's giving you the tankiness. It's 5280 extra resistance, and then it procs Naga Shaman. Complete bullshit, because it has a shield. Race Against Time is your crit damage plus mobility. It gives you the 50% reduced cost of sprint and the 10% extra crit damage plus major expedition for 3 seconds. The reason why this works so well combined with forward momentum is you'll hit forward momentum, gives you 4 seconds of snare immunity. Then you'll hit Race Against Time as you're sprinting. As you start to sprint, you'll sprint animation cancel it, right? The way Stam Return in this game works, right, is it's on a global cooldown. If you time this right, like you get lucky and you can start timing it right, you can sprint, right, for the full 3 seconds, recast this skill, and in the middle of recasting this skill, right, your Stam Return tick is going to tick, giving you that little bit of Stam back. It's just a little tip for your Stam management. Green Dragon Blood. This shit. This is going to be a huge burst heal when combined with Igneous Shield or Hardened Armor, because you're proccing that Naga Shaman. Plus, it's good Stam management. And it also gives you minor vitality. So if you can't use another skill and you need a burst heal, use this, because it'll give you that minor vitality longer than the Naga Shaman set will. This is like if you're struggling on resource management because you're getting pressured with poisons and whatnot. Your ultimate for this bar, Corrosive Armor. Cannot pass it up. Such a good ultimate, especially with the dot build. Now your dual wield bar, Rending Slash. Has to be rending because it heals you, right? You want that heal. You're not running a burst heal other than Green Dragon Blood, and that's Magicka base. You don't have, you're not a Magicka build, so you do want another heal. Plus, it's just good to have. And it's a dot. It's a bleed, so keep that in mind. It cuts through physical resistance. It doesn't get affected by physical resistance. It's only affected by CP. Silver Leash. Group utility plus your CC, and I'm pretty sure it snares for like 40%, so that's pretty fucking AIDS. Plus it puts them within melee range, and since you're a heavy armor build, yeah, that's good. That's really good, especially those people that kite a lot, and they try to wear heavy armor builds down by kiting. Like, this is what helps you. Venom Claw, it's a dot. Really fucking strong dot. Plus it applies a snare. It's like Warmth or some shit's the name of this passive. It's like a 15% snare. It's pretty good when combined with Silver Leash. Makes it really hard for them to get away from you putting your full dot rotation on them. Then you got your Igneous Shield, procs your Naga Shaman, plus Major Mending. That's 25%, my guy. That's fucking ridiculous. And then you have your Stam Return. Last active skill is going to be Vigor, Resolving Vigor preferably. If you want to use the other Morph of Vigor, that's why I didn't specify here. If you want to use the other Morph of Vigor because you're more group orientated, nothing wrong with that. I prefer Resolving Vigor because it's just, I feel that it works better. You don't need an AoE as big as the other one unless you're a scrub. It's good heal, it's good group heal. And your ultimate is Flawless Dawnbreaker. You're never really using this ultimate because you're always saving up for Corrosive Armor. Corrosive Armor is really good. Allows you to, again, like I said, group play. You can pull the tank off to the side, take care of the tank with your bullshit dots, right? This bullshit dot build, right? And let your group drop those fat Donnies on all the little Zerglings when they don't have their tank there to protect them. And their heal bot, or whoever else you pull off to the side with Silver Leash, right? You're able to do that because you're in heavy armor and you're a dot build. You can take care of the bullshit builds like tanks and healers. They're going to run out of resources because 9 out of 10 times they're not in light armor, and if they were, they'd be too squishy and they'd still die anyways. Your race choices. Argonian, Imperial, and Nord. Argonian is if you're a scrub and you can't manage your resources and you want to be bullshit fucking 5k vigor ticks on your friends type of person. Just kidding. No, it's a really good race. If you struggle with management, go for Argonian. It'll help you out with management. Plus, it gives you the immunity to the minor Bethal from disease damage sources such as disease glyphs, power extraction from the Nightblade tree, and any other like a set proc, like for instance the affliction set, the 5-piece, that disease damage proc, that can proc the minor Bethal on you from the fact that it's a disease damage. So that's it does have its applications. Imperial, this is kind of like the best in slot build for this. It gives you damage, it gives you tankiness through the health, it gives you damage to the stam, right? And then it gives you the resource management through the 5-piece. Whenever you do direct damage, you get 333 health, magic, and stam back every like 5 seconds. Plus, it also gives you the 3% cost reduction to all skills. That's ultimates, magic, stamina, and if you want to change these skills out for whatever, like equilibrium for whatever unknown reason, it'll reduce the cost of the health for equilibrium. So that's cool, right? Just, yeah, whatever. Don't do that. Don't be that scrub. Anyways, Nord. This one is kind of if you feel like you would do better being tanky. Like really tanky. This gives you health, gives you resistance, and it gives you the ult gen. So it's good for your resource management. These all three are good for your resource management in their own way. You just gotta find what you struggle with. For instance, if you struggle with getting that heavy attack off, right, to get your resources back in heavy armor, you're probably gonna want to go for Nord or Argonian. Now, if you struggle with getting that heavy attack off, and you also struggle with kiting, you might want to go with Argonian over Nord because of the potion passive. You can dodge roll. If you need to spam that dodge roll for whatever reason, because you're just in that shitty of a situation, you just let yourself get there, Argonian's going to be better. But they each have their own benefits. Look into the racial passives yourself. See what works best for your play style. You can run this build, but if you want to play it your way, it may be different than the way I play it. For me, personally, I'm going to test all three to see what I like most. You know, I have the ability to do that, but I'm pretty sure Imperial is where it's going to be at, because I don't mess up with getting my heavy attacks off. I'm running Silver Leaf so I can pull them to me, right? It's just a really good, you know, Imperial's really good. The health, 2,000 health and 2,000 stam. This is probably going to be your best bet. But yeah, that's the .dk build for Wrathstone. That is good in all PvP orientated situations. Yeah, have fun being AIDS, guys.